driver will line up. And we will take a moment to say hello to the ladies who are covering all the action from pit road, not just for this race, but the trucks coming up later on. Jamie Howe, Heather DeBow. Hello, Jamie. What storyline are you watching?
Hello everyone, I am BowserJrXD, and welcome to the first of 4 races I'm covering today, the Sprecher 150 at the Milwaukee Mile, the 15th of 20 races for the ARCA Series in 2024. Yesterday was quite a whirlwind of races, or the last 2 days. The Xfinity Series saw a semi-wreck filled race at Daytona with Ryan Truex pulling up the victory. His second win of the year and his first multi-win season, which is, he's won 3 races, so his second winning season overall. But yesterday was even crazier. A massive wrecks, including 2 cars getting airborne, one of which flipped over and hit the wall in what should be seen as a critical design failure for this car being able to flip over so much. But more than that, Harrison Burton winning his first race, going from last in the point standings to the playoffs. Some people will call it a feature of the playoffs. I call it a design flaw. Anyways, we're now at the other site for stock car racing this weekend, the Milwaukee Mile, the oldest track in the world, as having had racing since 1903. It's the ARCA Series' 4th consecutive trip to the Milwaukee Mile, with the Truck Series coming later at 4 p.m. for their first playoff race. The engines have now been fired, so let's go over the starting lineup. Starting 24th, driving the number 86 Raceports Liquidators Ford for number 86 Race Liquidators Ford for Club Racing Inc. 59 years old from Morris, Illinois, Brian Club. Starting 23rd, driving the number 31 NationalPolice.org Chevrolet for Rise Motorsports. 40 years old from McCalla, Alabama, Rita Goulet. Starting 22nd, driving the number 25 Generator Toyota for Venturini Motorsports. 25 years old from Hillsborough, California, Tony Breidinger. The last 3 did not make a qualifying lap. Starting 21st, driving the number 06 Peterson Motorsports Ford for Wayne Peterson Racing. 26 years old from Lafayette, Ohio, Nate Muller. Starting 20th, driving the number 48 Coprea.com Ford for Brad Smith Motorsports. 55 years old from Shelby Township, Michigan, Brad Smith. Starting 19th, driving the number 03 Race Parts Liquidators Ford for Club Racing Inc. 32 years old from Morris, Illinois, Alex Club. Starting 18th, driving the number 12 Bellator Recruiting Academy Ford for Fast Track Racing. 38 years old from Minot, North Dakota, Ryan Roulette. And starting 17th, driving the number 93 Tomasi Law Ford for Costner Weaver Motorsports. 21 years old from West Greenwich, Connecticut, West Greenwich, Rhode Island. Tyler Tomasi. Starting 16th, driving the number 39 Heart of Texas Speedway Ford Toyota for Costner Weaver Motorsports. 59 years old from Mart, Texas, D.L. Wilson. Starting 15th, driving the number 11 Racing for Rescues Fast Track Racing Toyota for Fast Track Racing. 22 years old from Speedway, Indiana, Zachary Tinkle. Starting 14th, driving the number 95 SCS Gearbox Wind Supply Toyota for Man Motorsports. 21 years old from Statesville, North Carolina, Andrew Patterson. And starting 13th, driving the number 99 Donray Petroleum LLC Maples Motorsports Chevrolet for Fast Track Racing. 60 years old from Choctaw, Oklahoma, Michael Maples, the race's oldest driver. Starting 12th, driving the number 10 Timcast.com Toyota for Fast Track Racing. 34 years old from Hoax Bluff, Alabama, Cody Dennison. Starting 11th, driving the number 17 Group 1001 Chevrolet for Cook Racing Technologies. 37 years old from Nazareth, Pennsylvania, Marco Andretti. Now for the top 10. Starting 10th, driving the number 32 West Virginia Department of Tourism Ford for AM Racing. 29 years old from Martinsburg, West Virginia, Christian Rose. Starting 9th, driving the number 22 Icon Direct Toyota for Venturini Motorsports. 32 years old from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, Amber Balkin. Starting 8th, driving the number 6 Max Siegel Inc. Chevrolet for Rev Racing. 20 years old from Carneys Point, New Jersey, LeVar Scott. And starting 7th, driving the number 15 First National Bank Corporation Toyota for Venturini Motorsports. 30 years old from Wexford, Pennsylvania. Wexford, Pennsylvania, Chris Wright.
And not North Dakota. Guys, he's not just a race car driver. He's in the U.S. Air Force.
Talking about Ryan Roulette there. Starting 6th, driving the number 55 Thompson Pipe Group Toyota for Venturini Motorsports. 22 years old from Anaheim, California, Dean Thompson. Starting 5th, driving the number 20 JBL Toyota for Venturini Motorsports. 17 years old from Seekonk, Massachusetts, Gio Ruggiero. Starting 4th, driving the number 2 Max Siegel Inc. Chevrolet for Rev Racing. 19 years old from Mexico City, Mexico, Andres Perez. And starting 3rd, driving the number 33 Auto Park at Ford for Reum Brothers Racing. 24 years old from Van Nuys, California, Wallace Allen, the highest starting Ford. Starting 2nd, driving the number 28 Chevrolet Performance Silver Hair Development Chevrolet. Oh, shoot. And on pole, that's Connor Zilic on the outside. Okay, sorry. I thought we were going green, but I was starting on the outside pole, driving the number 28 Chevrolet Performance Silver Hair Development Chevrolet for Pinnacle Racing Group. 18 years old from Mooresville, North Carolina, Connor Zilic, the highest starting Chevrolet. And starting on the pole, driving the number 18 Starkey Sound Gear Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. With a pole time of 29.002 seconds and an average speed of 125.991 miles per hour, 17 years old from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, the youngest driver in the field and the winningest driver this season, William Sawalich. That is your starting lineup for today's Sprecher 150. At the same time, the Indy Next Grand Prix of Portland is starting with 17 cars on that grid. It's their third to last race of the season and the second and the last road course of the year. So I'm going to be watching that as well.
It's humid, hot, humid here. Beautiful day for racing, though.
Contender, and he does start right behind him, but certainly
With in Indy Next, Louis Foster has a chance to clinch the title. He needs a 108-point lead. Anyway, it'll be 150 laps around the 1 mile over in the heart of Wisconsin. Here we go. We're green at Milwaukee.
and good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Charlie. I am
Let's go.
with Louis Foster, the man of the moment. Louis, we've got championship clinching scenario.
It's Sawalich and Zilic gunning for the lead. It's still trying to make the move on the inside. Can he stay side by side with the number 18? No, he can't. Wallace Allen holding on the third as the field settles out behind him.
So I think, like I said, that's the target for this race. I think if we can lead lap 1, I think we should.
Ruggiero holding off Dean Thompson has got Chris Wright behind him as well.
I think just the goal is get around that barrier as soon as possible. I think once you're around the corner, you usually can have the incident if it does occur. But you can't really control people behind you do, so you just go home for a little bit.
As expected, the top two sticking with each other, considering just how good Sawalich and Zilic are, at least in their equipment, relative to the rest of the field. Here comes Ruggiero trying to make the move on Andres Perez. He'll make it through 3, and he goes to 4th. Dean Thompson trying to make the move on the inside now of Perez. Perez going to hold on to the position for the first set of turns. He's taking a higher line, but Dean Thompson did get a run through 2. He takes the 5th position, and Chris Wright going to try to make a move on the continuing declining Perez. Yeah, I should have mentioned that. It is a combo race, so much of the ARCA East cars. That's why we have the CW Motorsports here, Costa River Motorsports. That's why we see Zachary Tinkle around. That's why we see Connor Zilic around. Brian Clubb off the track. Doesn't surprise me. We saw this car failing to even make it to minimum speed coming to the green, and the 31 car has been lapped already. So 22 cars remaining on the lead lap. Meanwhile, since nothing else is happening right now in ARCA, and considering Sawallis has already extended to a 1-second lead, I will go over today's starting lineup for Indy next. Starting 17th, driving the unsponsored number 76 car for Juncos Hollinger Racing. 19 years old from Mexico City, Mexico, Ricardo Escoto, who after a few starts is 23rd in points. Starting 16th, driving the number 40 Haven Go by Sam car for Miller Vinatieri Motorsports. 21 years old from Indianapolis, Indiana, Jack William Miller, 16th in points. Starting 15th, driving the number 99 USF Pro Championships car for HMD Motorsports with Force Indy. 24 years old from Powder Springs, Georgia, Miles Rowe, 10th in points. And starting 14th, driving the number 7 Pelican Energy Consultants car for HMD Motorsports. 23 years old from Covington, Louisiana, Christian Bogle, 9th in points. And starting 13th, driving the unsponsored number 17 car for HMD Motorsports. 20 years old from Auckland, New Zealand, Callum Hedge, 4th in points. Hold on. Okay, just let me adjust the ARCA leaderboard. There we go. This should work. Alrighty. Starting 12th, driving the number 23 Hover Energy car for HMD Motorsports. 24 years old from Dublin, Ireland, Jonathan Brown, 12th in points. Starting 11th, driving the number 14 Open Context car for HMD Motorsports. 18 years old from Portland, Oregon, Josh Pearson, 14th in points and the youngest driver in the field. Starting 11th, now in the top 10, starting 10th, driving the number 28 Vexed car for Andretti Global. 26 years old from Bath, England, Jamie Chadwick, 5th in points, this year's Road America winner and the oldest driver in the field. And starting 9th, driving the number 2 Grupo Indy car for Andretti Cape. 24 years old from Guadalajara, Mexico, Salvador de Alba Jr., 6th in points. Starting 8th, driving the number 39 Deploy Surveillance car for HMD Motorsports. 23 years old from Santa Clarita, California, Christian Brooks, 20th in points, also running part-time. Starting 7th, driving the number 27 Jaguar Land Rover Chesterfield car for Andretti Global. 20 years old from Winnetka, Illinois, Bryce Aaron, 13th in points. Starting 6th, driving the number 22 ST Motorsports LLC car for Able Motorsports. 21 years old from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, Yuvan Sunderworthy, 11th in points. And starting 5th, driving the number 10 The Ticket Clinic car for HMD Motorsports. 19 years old from Miami, Florida, Reese Gold, 7th in points. Starting 4th, driving the number 29 Top Con car for Andretti Global. 25 years old from Naas, Ireland, James Rowe, 8th in points. Starting 3rd, driving the number 51 Able Construction car for Able Motorsports. 23 years old from Louisville, Kentucky, Jacob Abel, 2nd in points. Starting on the outside pole, driving the number 18 Combi Trans Amazonia car for HMD Motorsports. 22 years old from Sao Paulo, Brazil, Kyle Collette, 3rd in points, in the Mid-Ohio winner. Abel, of course, won at the first race at Indy and the race at Barber. And on pole, driving the number 26 Novara Technologies car for Andretti Global. With a pole time of 62.1 minute, 2.1396 seconds, and an average speed of 113.783 miles per hour. 21 years old from Odiham, England, six-time winner this season, Louis Foster, the points leader. All right. Here we go. I forget how many laps or the length of Portland because I don't like the track that much. 35 laps around the 1.964 mile road course. We're green at Portland. Foster with a monster run. I think Collette's trying to make a move. They're spreading out wide. Let's see if they can enter turn 1 without a problem. Oh, we already have contact. James Rowe, I think that's Reskulled. We got another car around. Bunch of cars making their way through the escape lane. It's D'Alba Jr. who is around. I knew it wasn't going to get clean. Jacob Abel to the lead.
Steal that lead from Louis Foster. Get a point for leading the lap if he can hold on to the end of this lap. On board for Louis Foster.
Who's that in third? Is that
Why he might be conservative.
Bryce Aaron?
The championship, he starts throwing things away. Jacob Abel knew that he could be aggressive. Foster's still charging though. We stay green. Everybody got going again.
Fortunately, I think my driver was in the wreck. All right, Bryce Aaron third, Christian Brooks fourth, Kyle Collette fifth, Sunder Morthy sixth. I think that's Pearson in seventh, Reese Gold in eighth, Miles Rowe in ninth. Yeah, that wreck shook up the leaderboard by quite a lot. A lot of the cars running in the mid pack all have fallen to the back.
Stewards will be reviewing that start in that turn 1 complex.
Yeah. Let's the leaderboard will just pop up so I know. Oh, we got a slow car.
So this one is not done yet. Let's look at the beginning again. 2 things to look at. What's up front, and then what happened in the back. Let's look at the back first.
Someone got in the back of Sunder Morthy.
To make the apex, bangs into the side. That might be Christian Bogle, and then a little further back, I'm not sure if that's a Skoda or who that is actually, getting into the back of D'Alba and spinning him around. Might have been Josh Pearson actually. So I think that was James Rowe. That is James Rowe, the top con car, the white and blue. That
Yeah, my car. Chadwick had to go to the escape lane.
Positions from his second row
Oh,
start. So he's
crap.
the one that got hip checked the most. D'Alba lost 8 spots. Gold lost 4. Chadwick lost 3. And under review is something on lap 2 with Ricardo Escoto. He may have taken a shortcut somewhere. So maybe that's why he picked up so many spots. I did notice coming off the turn 2, he moved to the inside.
Back us up Milwaukee Mile. So Wallach has a 1.7 second lead over Carter Zilich. The top up to okay. So let's use off the lead lap right now. I mentioned the 31 and the 86 earlier. So Brad Smith a lap down, or several laps down. Nate Muller 2 down. Michael Maples a lap down. Alex Clubb, Ryan Roulette, Tyler Tomasi, D.L. Wilson a lap down. Sunder Morthy and Reese Gold. That's the battle for 7th. Reese Gold grabs 7th. Chris Wright, Dean Thompson battling for 5th place. Chris Wright retaking 5th, and the thing is that, yeah, that's Andres Perez behind the 15 and the 55 cars that passed the 2 earlier. What the heck? I can't do that. Looked like the 76 cut a turn and didn't stop for it, which is not allowed. Penalty for Ricardo Escoto for cutting the turn. Now we're up to 12 cars on the lead, down to 12 cars in the lead lap at Milwaukee. Zachary Tinkle, Andrew Patterson, Cody Dennison, all have been lapped. Oh! Near contact there between a couple of cars. Looked like Christian Brooks and Kyle Collette. Josh Pearson and Reese Gold. Reese Gold has been on a tear. Almost contact there between the 14 and the 10. Reese Gold makes his way to 6th place. All right.
Very good. Focus forward. Don't use push to pass unless you absolutely need it.
That's Steven Simpson, his coach and a spotter. A former Indy Lights driver. A lot of success in sports cars as well. There's the look up front again. Abel is controlling things. We don't know, though, is whether is Foster just content to ride around for a little while. Let's see who saves the Firestones the most. Maybe there's a caution and a restart, and I'll go at it then.
And with 35 laps in these Firestone tires, they'll start to fall off towards the end. You know, we talked about early how short this lap is.
Lap's about a minute long, just over a minute.
That back straight from turn 7 down to turn 10, you've got a lot of wheel in it all the way through that right-hander. But both here and the front straight's a great opportunity to use that push-to-pass system. Gives you an extra 50 horsepower boost, 150 seconds total. It's limited by rules. You can't use it all the time. And it's not available right away on starts and restarts. Only once the lead driver gets to, or the driver gets to the alternate start finish line, which is there into turn 10.
Here's a look at the Andretti pit stand. You see some of the leadership. J.L. Thorman there in the near ground. Michael Andretti in the background. Let's learn more about Foster with DJ.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to that Andretti Global Brain Trust there, Kevin, and they said they're content where they are. They think they've got the outright pace to be able to take it to Abel. They're letting him use up his stuff, and they think this race is going to come to him a little bit later on.
By the way, no action on what happened at the start of the race, and the only thing that has been declared was that a Skoda...
Oh, James Rowe off the track. Is that contact with a Skoda? The 29's not moving. He was in Rowe is in 8th in points. The 76 now off course with a broken wing.
I called it was yellow. It's not yellow yet. It is still green. So we'll see.
Why are they? They have to call a caution.
You knew it was going yellow. You've been there in those decisions. So there's the yellow that Foster and maybe others were looking for. Note that Bryce Aaron has moved up to 3rd. And there's a Skoda with significant damage to his Huko's Hollinger car. And let's see if James Rowe is able to continue to fight. What happened?
Oh my God! He got kamikazed by a Skoda.
That is, as James would say, suboptimal. Overtaking maneuver, just got in there too hot, wasn't close enough. These Indy NXT cars have a lot more mass, a lot more horsepower to them. And you get it wrong, and
that was terrible racing standards. Like the kids, it only was like you said, like two to three starts before it, but that's still unacceptable. All right. Meanwhile, at Milwaukee, we've had Tony Breidinger and Amber Balkan have gone a lap down. 10 cars on the lead lap.
And he dominated this race last year, winning from the pole, but they did say they struggled with side bites, so they came with a little bit different of a setup. I just checked in with the crew chief, Matt Ross, to ask how many laps into these longer runs does side bite could become an issue, and he said, as of right now, we don't have one, so it seems like the changes they made work. And then if we move back to the second place running car and Connor Zilic, I just checked with his crew chief, Shane Huffman, and he told me they're a little bit snugger than they were yesterday, so they're going to look to free them up when they have this break. But Connor told me he doesn't know how to get around this racetrack. It's different, so he's going to try to follow the 18 and learn from him. Jamie Howe? One of the things Wallace Allen, who's currently sitting in third, did to get ready for this race today was they maximized their practice time, did more laps than any of the other teams. And in talking to his crew chief, Josh Graham, he said that's really where they have been able to find this pace here at the end of the
Wallace Allen's laps are actually pretty close to the leader. Only differences was 0.01, 15 thousandths of a mile per hour slower.
do something at the end of one of his ARCA series races. He said we're definitely good enough. We've done all of the homework. It's about putting the pieces together, but they did the work this weekend to make that happen. That's right, Jamie. You could see it. Wallace Allen had very consistent.
At any rate, given that number of cars that just got wrecked out, that had to take the runoff to start the race. This will help them all catch up.
Cody Dennison in the 10. Just threads the needle right there.
A little risky to me.
That's right on board.
Wow, 2 fast track cars for the price of 1.
Nice work. Remember, go to ARCARacing.com on Monday at 3 Eastern to see who is crowned the race's sweet move of the race. So that's our first one. I'm feeling a couple more.
And Marco Andretti a lap down, so 9 cars on the lead lap.
And obviously, we're talking about Wallace Allen having a lot of experiences in his third full-time season in the truck series. And with that experience, you're going to see him do some things. Like right now, I'm watching him move the groove up.
We're going to restart at Portland.
Sometimes they're 2 and 3 lanes up from where we're running right now. It makes speed maybe all the way up to the wall.
79. He would need to be plus 108 to wrap it up today. How aggressive will he be?
Here they go again. Green at Portland.
Green again from Portland. It's a good jump for Jacob Abel. What kind of run is Foster going to have? How aggressive will he go into the chicane in turn number 1?
Curtis Scotto and James Rowe still on pit road. Not surprising.
Jacob Abel holds the lead. Christian Brooks on Reese Gold just maintains that mid-position.
Here comes Foster running to the outside of Abel.
Here we go. Foster looks to the outside.
Not able to make that pass. Abel blocks.
Way to think about it. Going down into the 10-11 complex. Abel does a nice job of defending. Maintains a 2-car length gap. Bryce Aaron back there in that red flight car is ready to pounce in third. And Kyle Collette, who's quick, had a penalty but qualified second. Fastest in his group. He's right there in the green and black car running in fourth with Christian Brooks, who has been massively impressive since joining the series mid-season. He's running in fifth. Jack William Miller's got a little run back there in that blue car, trying to make a move on Sunderworthy. Miles Rowe deciding to back out of a move on Josh Pearson. Those guys have been racing side by side so far. We are 11 laps.
Trying to keep track of both races. Thankfully, one is way more easier to follow because of how kind of non-eventful it is at the moment.
What he wants to do is reestablish winning. He led the championship early in the season.
James Rowe is back on track, 3 laps down.
Foster just caught fire. But if you can win more than 2 races in a season at this level, you're showing that I want to give me a good think about moving up to IndyCar. And that's why Jacob Abel is trying to do. Louis Foster has got the momentum. He has, once he got the bit between his teeth and started winning races, he never looked back. He has been fast everywhere we've gone, and we thought, oh, the short ovals to finish out the season might be a chance for Jacob Abel. Louis Foster with a great run here down to turn 10.
Foster got a good run. Can he take the lead? Yes, he will. Oh, no, he didn't. Abel barely cuts him off, entering the next turn off the back stretch.
All of us in the booth putting our hands up, thinking there was going to be a crash. Jacob Abel holds on with a little contact with Louis Foster through turn 10.
And that's the most significant part is they all...
Wow, Foster lost a lot of momentum.
Expands for Abel.
Or at least it looked like he
Not
did.
by much. Foster is still right there. Aaron is not far back. Collette, Brooks, Gold. Miles Rowe has moved up to 7. Sunderworthy just got a position up into 8th on Josh Pearson. And Jamie Chadwick is in the top 10.
James Rowe is back out on track, 3 laps down after
Ricardo Escoto is out of the race.
Ricardo Escoto. Did you saw Ricardo Escoto climbing out of the car? He's our only retirement. We go on board with Louis Foster down into turn 10. This is a
And I was so sure Foster was going to make that pass, but Abel cut him off at the last second.
right
front to left rear, so there was that. Meanwhile, before the caution, this was what we caught off the radio from the 26 car.
We got Marco Andretti, who's running right now. He's in the 10th position, a lap down. He's raced here several times to do an IndyCar. Also, why he's attempting the truck race later today.
And there's the commentary we had heard there was something about. So Foster thinks that Abel was blocking him on.
No, he hasn't run an ARCA race in a bit, so I'm glad to see him back on the track. I'm hoping he can maintain his top 10 position by the end of the day.
See what's going on. You know, that's another tool for a driver. You can pass him on the racetrack, but it's even easier if the stewards move them out of the way for you. So if you can, you complain whatever you can and get the stewards to help you.
We'll keep an eye on this. Meanwhile, there has been a retirement.
Escoto.
Let's hear from Ricardo Escoto with DJ.
Yeah, Kevin, it is indeed is a retirement here from Ricardo Escoto. Obviously, we're taking a look at that replay, but from your perspective, what happened?
Yeah, you know, just very tough racing, and yeah, I just launched it on the inside, and he didn't see me, so he just turned in. I mean, he ended both of our races, you know, he could have just opened up a bit, but it is what it is, you know. Same to end like this for the team, you know, they worked so hard for me, and we have
Whoa.
last, we were already P9, so yeah, definitely a lot to take, but yeah, just
Yeah.
really hurt.
Like, battle for 13th between. Oh my! Bogle sneakers by both of them. It was just that was all near contact between Salvador de Alba and Jack William Miller, and Christian Bogle snuck by both of them. That is to take 13th. So the last 3 cars on the lead lap. A tough duel.
Have something to deal with. For example,
LeVar Scott. This is trying to get a run on Dean Thompson.
made contact. By the way,
So earlier, Andres Perez did pass Thompson for 6th. LeVar Scott to 7th. Behind the lap, Tony Bright, Amber Balkan.
He's up to 4th right now. So a little action there mid-pack. As Abel continues to hold off Foster, then Aaron Paulette, Brooks, Gold, Rose, Sunworthy, Pearson, and Chadwick. The fight continues in midfield. Let's continue our conversation with USF Pro 2000 champion, Lockie Hughes from Australia. Tell us a little about yourself. How you ended up
And over the last few days, we've also had the 3 lower divisions of IndyCar, USF Pro 2000, USF 2000, and USF Juniors wrap up, and we have our 3 champions. Lockie Hughes for USF Pro 2000, Max Garcia for USF 2000, and Max Taylor for USF Juniors.
I've always wanted to come over here and pursue a career in
I think my preferred driver in USF Juniors, Sebastian Weldon,
we're at least going to wait.
finished 3rd in points behind Max Taylor and Liam
There
McNeely.
we are. There's Lockie. Very talented young man. I've heard a lot of great things up and down the paddock about you. So now you have a scholarship of $680-something thousand to help with the budget. To move up into
We got a caution for Ruggiero at ARCA.
conversations with teams.
I didn't even see what happened. Great. Paying so much attention to Indy next, I missed what happened on the track at ARCA.
and Anderson Promotions and the whole USF Pro Championships for making this possible. I mean, getting this scholarship to move up to Indy next year is it's the only way my career is able to advance and to keep moving forward. So
Flat tire, flat right front.
to be racing these next year, and I hope these next few races are some of the last of the next races I have to watch on TV.
And the great thing about your rookie season next year is that the tracks will not be all different for you. You'll at least have experience in most of them.
Yes. Most of the tracks.
Jack William Miller had to serve a penalty, I think probably for the contact with Salvador de Alba. So he's now 42 seconds behind.
The car, Jack William Miller rolling through the pit lane. He received a drive.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's for trying to almost running it. Salvador de Alba clear to the de Alba was trying to pass, and when they entered turn 1, I think there was avoidable contact that caused Christian Bogle to swing by both of them.
Followed the 2-car out there, and because of that momentum shift, Christian Bogle said, "I'll take 2. They're small," and goes by both of them. Jack Miller had to serve, and has now served his drive-through penalty for that.
Lockie, what's been your favorite track since you come to America?
I think for sure it's going to be Road America.
ARCA. That track is, I mean, it's every lap you do around there, there's a smile on your face. And of course, all the street circuits we do over here in the US are also.
And I'll wait until we're back green to resume the audio on my TV.
USF 2000 last year, won the F4 US Championship a couple of years ago, and you've done the short oval at Indianapolis Raceway Park. Are you ready for a little bit more next year?
I hope so. It's definitely going to be a crazy different experience when we do it. I mean, I saw some onboards of these cars going around Nashville, and it's pretty quick.
Let's check in with DJ real quick on pit lane for more on Able Motorsports.
Yeah, I'm down with Ken Boyer here, who is Jacob Abel's engineer. And what's the mood inside the camp right now about how everything's going?
We feel good. We feel the car's good. We're managing our push to pass. Foster's got a little bit more in us, but I think we're doing a really good job. Jacob feels comfortable in the car. He just wants to keep his lead.
Is he saying anything to you? Is he chatting over the radio or just head down?
No, when he's in front, he doesn't want you to tell him much. Just a little bit of information on the gap, and that's it.
All right, well, that sounds like a pretty confident driver here. Thanks, Ken.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And I don't think he needs to be told the gap. You can see it in his mirror. Sometimes it's closer, but we haven't seen a gap anything bigger than 3/4 of a second from Louis Foster behind him. So he's soaking up that pressure, doing what he needs to. Louis wants the win, but he also knows that this puts him further into the championship. You know, when he walks out of here, at the moment, the points are 79. That's not enough to clinch. We would not crown the champion. But
the way this is, I mean, if this way this is going, I might see a champion crowned when I go to Milwaukee next week. Also means the only race stream I can probably be able to do would be the Southern 500.
Colette, who was a championship contender much of the season, was officially eliminated once the green flag flew.
They're doing some work on the 22 of Amber Vulcan during this caution at Milwaukee.
That's where it's really gone wrong.
And I was really impressed with Kyle because he owned up to that mistake last weekend. And I think at the moment he wasn't sure what had happened. But looking back, especially after qualifying yesterday, I heard an interview with him. He said, you know, that's my mistake. I feel really badly for ending Jamie's race. It was a big hit for both of us. And I will take the penalty, and I will do the best job I can. He had, coming off that win at Mid-Ohio, 2 DNFs in short ovals. Coming here, he's one of the few drivers who actually got to race here.
Right, it's true. Kyle Collette ran 2 Formula E races at Portland, filling in for Oliver Rowland in the Nissan team. Didn't get any points or close to it, but it's still valuable experience.
Everybody's around. We notice those things, and obviously there are options out there. What can you do to prepare yourself between now and next spring to step up to more horsepower and a little more physical car?
Yeah, well, you're exactly right. First steps to get into the gym and prepare for this. I mean, we're already training a lot, but this is another step up. And then it's, you know, sim work. And then whoever I sign with, then it's just, you know, meeting with the engineer and starting to learn about how to make this car go fast.
Congratulations again. It's been fun to watch you develop here in America. We look forward to seeing you coming up next season, one step away from IndyCar. Let that sink in just a little bit in Indy next. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Lockie Hughes, 22-year-old from Australia, the USF Pro 2000 champion. Scholarship money to help him advance.
How long is Abel going to toy with Louis Foster going to toy with Jacob Abel? Make the pass so dude, or maybe just wait until the end.
All right, back at it here. We are well past the midway.
We've completed 21 laps, 14 to go.
Grab the lead at the start on Louis Foster, the championship leader, who came in plus 92. And the scenario was, if he won the race and Abel finished third or worse, if Foster was going to wrap up the championship, Abel is helping keep himself alive. He grabbed the lead right at the start. He's also going to pick up the bonus points for most laps led. So I think this is really effective.
Abel's led all 21 laps completed thus far.
Most laps led. We're over halfway now. Louis Foster can't lead more laps than Jacob Abel has. Louis Foster picked up a point for leading the first lap.
I think they're going to have to go green at Milwaukee.
Cross that line first. He gets a point for that. And then Jacob Abel gets a point for leading a lap. Jacob Abel picks up 2 more. So it's 77 at the moment.
it's not done for this race. Abel has withstood one restart.
All right. Back in Milwaukee, we're going green again. Sawalich and Zilich leading the field again.
Championship is still safe. All he needs to do is run these last two races. Frankly, not crash in both.
Sawalich easily clears back up front ahead of Connor Zilich, the driver who's beaten him in every single Nationals ARCA start that he's had. At least that Zilich has had, not that Sawalich has had.
Ideally, Jacob Abel wins this race. That contact with Louis Foster puts him out, and they take a big chunk of points. But Louis Foster...
No, I'm assuming there's a break at lap 75.
Bryce Aaron running his third behind him, about 3 seconds back. You know, it's a teammate car. He knows he's not going to race him too hard. And at the same time, he wants to win. He's a racer, but he wants the championship more.
And that's the other scenario. He knows that I've still got a little bit of buffer. I could go for it here, I want wins, and that would give me 2 more races to make it happen. So you never count on a race car driver from getting ultra aggressive. That's the scenario right now, and many other positions still to be sorted out throughout the field. Let's head back down to pit lane. And DJ.
Well, Kevin, you can always count on a driver to be hyper-aggressive.
I'm going to change the name of the stream now to coincide with whatever race is happening
I had with Jacob Abel earlier this week
at the moment.
about what's in store for the young American.
The goal is IndyCar for sure. You know, I really want to race in the Indy 500. That's my dream. It has been, you know, ever since I started racing 10 or 12 years ago. So that's really the main goal. You know, the better we do the next 3 weekends will definitely help that. So, yeah, looking forward to it. Still, you know, a lot of time to figure things out for that. I'm just going to try and focus on these next 3 weekends and really enjoy it.
It is so challenging for drivers like Abel and Foster and any others that are thinking about moving up because they go in direct competition with all of the drivers currently in IndyCar that are not sorted for next season. Drivers that have recently been in IndyCar like Callum Ilott, like Teo Pourchaire, that have successful experience.
Andres Perez makes the pass on Wallace Allen for third. Chris Wright trying to do the same for fourth. Chris Wright's gonna get it. Yes, he does.
That's a little bit of coaching. There's no coaching for the win here, which I like to see. It keeps the driver focused on the job at hand. Coaching him to pressure Jacob Abel to use overtake without using his own. You get a big enough overtake.
Once they start, once Jacob Abel crosses the start finish line next time, it'll be 10 to go at Portland.
Top 2 have checked out a bit on the rest of the field. 2+ seconds back to third and so on.
Although they just go straight over the curves with no fear at all. Wallace Allen looks like he's continuing to fall back. LeVar Scott and Dean Thompson trying to make the passes. Almost 3 wide there. Dean 33 and 25 are going to be side by side off turn 2. Chevy, Ford, and a Toyota duking it out for positions.
In the black 17, this battle's been going on for quite a few laps. These guys have been going back and forth. These drivers back and forth, side by side, even down into turn 9, into turn 10. Josh Pearson running a very similar lap time to Jamie Chadwick. Kellen Page behind, maybe a couple extra tenths. So we'll see. Like I said, catching's one thing, passing's a very different conversation.
Fastest lap of the race, by the way, is Louis Foster at a minute 3.368, about a tenth and a half.
9 to go at Portland.
Collette has done. Reese Gold, third quick, the leader of the race. Jacob Abel, who doesn't have the use of draft up front. He's done a minute 3.55, so a couple of tenths off Foster. And then South Florida Alba is next. Here's Hedge.
Callum Hedge passes Chadwick for 10. Oh, but both the 10. Oh, come on. Both both Jamie Chadwick and Jamie Hedge whiffed the chicane, the turn 1. Oh, crap.
They're going to lose positions, but should not be any further penalty there because that is the path you are asked to follow. so that you do not pick up an advantage.
And with time and position, they lose positions, lost a lot of time. The stewards will look favorably on that chicane missing procedure.
So it's under review just to make sure there was nothing untoward. No contact
No,
there.
there was no contact. Hedge whiffed it on his own.
Out. Chadwick feels the same. She clips the sign, but I think still follows the path. But they're going to lose several positions.
How can you be sure you're getting the right deal?
And so the review we're hearing about is something that happened earlier, about a half a lap before. Actually, two reviews going on. Checking that and checking more, so it's busy in race control. And here's Christian Vogel and Salvador de Alba Jr. fighting for 11th. Vogel wins the fight right now.
That was very tight. I think Salvador de Alba Jr. looked at making a move inside Christian Vogel, wasn't quite there. He's able to safely back out, but this race is continuing, and the recovering Callum Hedge is now behind that car, that number 2 group of IndyCar.
Callum Hedge was fun to watch at Gateway last week. He avoided a couple of crashes and has been very impressive without oval experience in what we've seen. Jake Mabel's been good on ovals. Louis Foster's been good at everything, like Abel has in his experience at this level. And they are still fighting for it. It is not decided up front.
And these front 2 cars running nose to tail kind of as they had, but Bryce, Aaron, and Kyle Collette have closed that gap significantly.
Wow.
It was 2 clear groups earlier, and now it's 1 extended train with under 3 seconds covering the top 4.
Bryce Aaron, I think, has had a really nice rookie season. Remember, even though he's an American, he's from Illinois, he has not been racing in America. These tracks are new to him this year. He was a Team USA scholarship winner after running in British Formula Ford, and then went up through that path in what was British F3 and now known as GB3, ran in the Euro Formula Open Championship last year, won 3 times.
6 to go at Portland. And with caution.
Has done a little...
At 20, of course. Tony Breidinger with a... Well, that's what happened. I see the side skirt is flared out. Tell us what happened. You were...
See here, Bill.
Right there, you see the 32 of Christian Rose and the 25 of Tony Bryant. Christian just slides up and gets in. Left her quarter panel around. She does a nice job keeping that car out of the wall.
Caught Breidinger with contact with Christian Rose.
Think about a track like this where you're both fighting for the middle. you have room on the outside, you have room on the bottom, but nobody wants to take that room in the middle. They want that group right above that darker asphalt.
Christian Rose in the 32.
See Wallace Allen come down as well in that 33. Probably get the foot up on that. See what they can learn about their engine issues.
Engine issues for the 33. 5 to go at Portland.
At this point, it's one thing to get there. It's tough to get around them. When the ultimate pace of the car is really probably only separated by a half a tenth to a tenth, even if you are quicker. Let's look at this a moment ago with Jamie Chadwick and Callum Hedge.
Again? No, this is earlier.
Hedge has already stuck his nose to what is driver's right, or the inside of Jamie Chadwick. Jamie Chadwick goes to cover that.
Moving under braking.
Stewards have called that blocking, but since Callum Hedge has already passed Jamie Chadwick for 13, they are calling for no action. Essentially, it took care of itself on the racetrack.
If you say so. Like, Foster, if you're going to make a move, you're running out of time. You have 5 laps, bud. Anyway, with Lawless out, okay, Lawless looks like last in the lead lap. He'll beat the pace car off. Same for the 12 with Brian Roulette.
That's one of his 2 wins this season. Able Motorsports has been strong here. Been very impressed with Able Motorsports. This was a program and a team, let's be honest, could develop for Jacob to grow up through the ladder, but now they've added teammates. You can look at the remaining schedule. And they're getting a lot of interest for drivers wanting to move up because of what Yuban Sunmorthy has done. Fourth a couple of times on the podium. Jordan Missick has shown well. Others have been in the mix on that team. So it's more than just about Jacob.
And if I'm a young driver looking at moving into Indy next and don't have the budget or want a little more personalized experience than somewhere like Andretti Global or HMD, then Able Motorsports is a great opportunity because they've proven they can run more than one or two cars successfully. Very few, if any, mechanical failures. The cars are quick, and in fact, it helps the program to have more cars learning and developing alongside the experienced drivers like Yuban Sunmorthy.
3 to go.
Next year. Less than 3 to go now.
And the 27 is right there behind the 2 leaders.
Even if and when Jacob Abel moves up into IndyCar, and that is the hope for next year. He's probably
All right. Meanwhile, back at Milwaukee, we're going green again.
or nothing. I don't know.
So Walt's another good start.
Always learn, but it also is expensive.
Almost looked early.
So I don't expect that we would see Jacob continue in Indy next season.
Chris Wright on the inside, trying to get the second.
Motorsports has done a really nice job, and a couple of years ago they were
Not going to get there.
the Indy 500 paddock by making the Indy 500 field in a year for their first attempt. They ran really well with RC Emerson. And I think if Jacob Abel's thinking about the Indy 500 IndyCar for the future, it's a great opportunity to build that family team for the future.
Perez to the inside of Chris Wright for third. The car is recovered brilliant. Oh, Breitinger's engine goes. No, sorry, Balkan's engine goes. Or that she's, or did it. Now she's going again. I'm surprised it's not a caution if she's still slow. Flat tire for the 22. That's what it was. 2 laps to go at Portland. It looks like Abel might be out of time.
The rumor of the charter system coming in, but Bryce Aaron is not giving up. 2 laps to go. We'll come to the white flag.
All right. So I'm going to focus because now we're in the last 2 laps.
And Kyle Collette has stayed pace. So really the top 4 are all separated by a pretty equal margin. And it's a little further back to Christian Brooks. Reese Gold is still thinking about getting up into the top 5. But it's nice recovery for Miles Rowe. When I mentioned him, it's been a tough go for Miles. A lot of it not.
Here we go. Ooh, wiggle from Foster. White flag. Last lap at Portland.
He's going to get a decent result out of today. As we see the white flag. Less than 2 miles to go from Portland.
This is exactly what Jacob Abel needed to do. He needed a little help from Louis Foster to make some mistakes. Louis not made any mistakes. Bryce Aaron is a teammate of Louis Foster, and they know they want to win this championship. So Jacob Abel needed to take the win, do everything he can, and if they finish this lap like this, we are not crowning an Indy Next champion. It will go on to Milwaukee.
Be able to do whatever it takes to keep his championship hopes alive.
It is a slim chance.
A very fleeting chance, considering that not only would he able have to win next week, he'd need to win and have Foster have a bad day. Highly improbable.
From Nashville Super Speedway.
Now the backstretch for the last time.
Great shape for the championship, but Jacob Abel today.
Here comes the number 51 car, the 23-year-old from Louisville, Kentucky, coming off the final turn, is going to see his 3rd win of the year and career. Jacob Abel wins at Portland.
To keep his championship hopes alive.
Foster 2nd, Aaron 3rd, Collette 4th, Brooks 5th. I think it'll be Brooks 5th.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Awesome job. Awesome job, always.
Christian Brooks 5th.
He knew he had to win the race to keep his championship at least alive, and that's what he did.
We're going to get the rest of the top 10 or
Job,
no?
dude. Really, really good
No,
job.
we're not. All right. Anyway, that does it for Indy Next with Jacob Abel winning. Caution again. I think this is for halfway.
And Shane Huffman, crew chief of that 28 car, work his magic like we've seen him do so many times this year.
And Connor obviously is so good with his feedback, even for being at a place for the first time, able to give great feedback to get those proper adjustments. We'll have pit stops coming up from the Milwaukee Mile next.
With Armor All, a little bit of this.
protects you from a lot of that. Armor All. Less work, more clean.
Alrighty. Anyways, the next Indy race is in an hour at Portland again. Now I can focus fully on the ARCA race.
Starting a business is never easy, but starting at 8 months pregnant, that's a different story. I couldn't slow down. We were starting a business from the ground up. People were showing up left and right, and so did our business needs. The Chase e-card made it easy. When you go for something big like this, your kids see that, and they believe they can do the same.
Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase with the Chase.
Also, I believe also going on simultaneously is the
What's yours?
Michelin GT Challenge at Virginia International Raceway, a 2-hour, 40-minute event. Yes, it is still going for only the GTD Pro and GTD categories. All right, Paul Miller Racing leading in the GTD Pro. In GT is I don't even remember what team the 32 is, but we got 50 minutes left.
Like I've seen more mistakes, more penalties, more errors than I've seen in a long time. We talked about this at the beginning of the show. You've got an opportunity to shine here. It seems like a lot of people drop the hammer on their foot.
Yeah, and it's also small margins. You're always pushing, right, Brian? So you want that fuel flow to be just on the right side of as fast as you can get into the car. And if you just cut it too close, suddenly you're going to get that penalty. So they're all the little edges, whether it's ride height, whether it's tire pressure, you're always looking for that little bit of an advantage in performance. And if you're on the wrong side of that line, the data that's being accumulated by the inter-officials now is so extreme and so intense that they can make these calls and deliver you that penalty.
Well, there are fumbles in football that you recover and it sets you back a little bit, and then there are interceptions that you throw that get returned for a touchdown. They're both mistakes. They just have a very different effect, and that's really kind of what we're seeing here.
Think about the 65 car. They're now sitting in P5. I mean, they could potentially have two cars on the podiums. We now see the 23 hit in pit lane. Curious to see how he comes out. I think he should come out about 4 or 5
Miss
seconds.
Breidinger might get the free pass here.
Coming down through the roller coaster.
Heinrich through the roller coaster, as you said, heading down to Hogpin. That'll lead him onto the front straightaway, but 23 almost to the pit out already, and right now he can pull the trigger.
Yeah, but Heinrich has a head of steam, so by the time they get down into turn 1, it's going to be a little bit closer.
Yeah, you would think they had 5 minutes the way they ran across to the right side of those cars, but all these teams will be allowed to change 4 tires and add fuel. They just can't do it at the same time, and the restart order will be set by the order at the time of caution. Heather.
And the 18, our leader, William Sawalich, he was telling the team the car is trending free right here, so they're just going to make a small change to help on late exit. But with about 15 laps to go before the break, he told the team he had a brake shake. So they asked him, has it gotten better or worse? He said, yes, it's gotten better. It's barely there. So not a concern right now for the 18. But if we move back to Connor Zilic on that 28, I checked in with the crew chief, Shane Huffman, and he said, that 18, they've got us beat pretty big here. So we're going to make a big swing at it. We're going to need to free him, or he freed up in the 3/8 to 3/4 mark. So they're going to have to make some big changes on the 28. But one thing that Connor Zilic told me earlier, he said, is I need to not let it get in my head in the first half if the 18 is better. As I know, my crew chief Shane is good at making adjustments and making us better second half. Jamie, how?
You go back down pit lane just a little bit. We'll talk about the number 15 of Chris Wright. Really at the end of this opening stage, it really came to him in terms of what setup they have on the car. And I talked to his team. They said, we don't make any big changes here. They don't feel like we need to. We have very consistent weather. And obviously towards the end of that run, they just got quicker and quicker. So they're going to do a lot of the same there. But right in front of it on pit lane is number 55, Dean Thompson. And talking to Billy Ventrini, they made that stop early to take a tire after having that issue. And for them, he said, you know, we don't need big changes either. We're pretty happy with where we're at. We're just a little bit loose, so they're going to tighten them up. But overall, for the 55 and the 15, they were happy with their long run pace. Gives Connor Zilic enough to compete with that
change to Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. We're adding a delicious layer of caramel. I love caramel. But we're only making a few of them. A few million. Wait, are you still selling the regular cups? Yep. New Reese's Caramel Big Cup. Yes. Spectricide brand helps you tackle Mother Nature's challenges. Unleash pest-punishing power. Create a barrier for indoor and outdoor insect control. And knock down unruly weeds and grasses. Take command of your domain and be the hero of your home. Spectricide, you hold the power.
Does your student loan payment make you cringe? We get it. Saying goodbye to that much money every month can be tough, but by refinancing to a lower rate through Credible.com, you could drastically cut your monthly payments. At Credible, you get personalized rates from multiple lenders, so it's easy to find the refi that puts the most cash back in your pocket. And life with extra cash is, well, extra. Visit Credible.com now to see your new monthly student loan payment.
Oz, are the facts? Susie here is shopping for a used car, but she doesn't know that nearly half of them have been in an accident.
Interesting.
But CarFacts.com shows how accidents impact price, so she doesn't have to overpay. Unpause. Shop the all-new CarFacts.com.
At Dots, an ordinary pretzel just isn't enough, so they add savory seasoning and tempting buttery flavor into every delicious twist. Now that's enough to make you order a special delivery.
That seems like a lot.
They're really good. Dots, sensationally seasoned pretzels.
This skinny pop is amazing. And only 3 simple ingredients. We never have to stop. We never have to stop.
Hey guys, I picked up some.
Surprise! Skinny pop. Endlessly delicious.
Who just picked up Buffalo Wild Wings Go? The Hankster! Hey! What?
Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go.
Yeah, Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go.
Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go?
Jimmy already got B-Dubs.
Okay, Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go delivered. But did he get 10 free boneless wings?
Yeah.
No!
We're gonna be right back.
As I spike it, I'll tell them how Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, so they only pay for what they need. Got it? Did you get that? Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Welcome back to the Sprecher 150. Jamie Earl, Phil Parsons, Trevor Bain with you, Heather DeBow, and Jamie Howe on pit road. Well, the first official break of the day is in the books. Pit stops have been done, and it's time for a Richmond mid-race report. Let's get an update on Wallace Allen. Jamie.
Well, early on, we were tracking Wallace Allen as being one of those runners inside of the top 3. Then he had the issue with the power, and he radioed back to the team and said it started to cut out. Remember, they had him shut off all of the fans, see if they could get anything restored to it. Even brought him to pit lane to take a look at it. What they knew at that point was it wasn't a plug wire, which is really all they'd be able to fix here on pit lane. So Ilmore went back to their truck. They got a new data logger. At this 5-minute break, they did switch those out so they can get that old one plugged in. They can dive deeper into all of the information that logs and try and figure out what happened. If it's catastrophic, the team's telling me they're probably going to have to park it because they don't want to do any further damage. If it's not catastrophic and they think it's something they can work around, that's what the plan will be going forward. But right now, that data is still being logged. Engineers are over here going through it, so it's still very much of a moving target. Heather?
And Jamie, following up on the issues for the 6 with those brakes, when they came to their pit stop, they did the left side tires first and bled the front brakes on that left front. That's where the issue was with the pinch line in practice, so they put their focus there forward first. Then they went to the right side, did right side tires, bled the brakes on the right side as well. Fueled it up. They also made a small track bar adjustment for the handling and for Lamar. But right now, the team reminding him just to focus forward and focus on finishing this race to the best of your ability.
Well, that team has had their hands full with that 6 machine, but Lamar Scott doing a great job with the team, shown in the 5th position. And Tony Breidinger stopped on the backstretch.
Oh, come on.
Not under power. See, they can push it and get her started. But it makes me think if she's going down the back stretch refrigerator when it stalls, it's probably not going to refire. Hopefully it will.
As you see the lead pack coming on through now, sometimes you just have those gremlins, and I feel like Tony's just had that this weekend. LeVar Scott, same thing. It's
25 is kind of getting going again. No.
You can add Wallace Allen to that.
Not. No. That thing is not going to go on its own.
On the batteries and on the alternators. These engines, as Jamie was talking about, they are fuel injected, and they have an ECU, an engine control unit. And sometimes that will, especially when if you have an engine that's getting hot, then it will detune itself, and then you certainly have an engine when you're losing juice, then that's obviously going to be an issue.
Well, the cars are getting hot, the drivers are getting hot. How about this? Let's go on board with Wallace Allen. Maybe a Reese's Sweet Tooth of the race. It's not on track, but how about this? He gets the ice packs.
Ice in his hands, right?
I think it needs to be a frozen Reese's cup to qualify a sweet move, you
That
know?
would be better. Holding it on his chest to try to cool down. Some of these drivers run
Damn.
cool suits. This would be a great day to do it. But obviously, as they work on the car, he's working on cooling off his core.
Well, remember, he has to turn all his fans off, right? They're having the engine issues, so now he's got his fans off. It gets really hot in the car. You know, one of the most stuffy places I've ever been is like in Indianapolis in the summer when your helmet fan quits blowing. Just having some kind of airflow is a big deal. So he's got all that turned off now. You know, but they did take out the ECU to try to look at the data and see what's going on. And as we listen to those pit stops, it's just, I have to wrap my mind around it every time I jump into one of these ARCA races to talk with you guys and watch these races and how big the options are for those pit stops, what all they can change. It takes me back to like Cup Happy Hour. You know, you can change anything you want to. Come on down. And I think about Shane Huffman and I think about that 28, how they made the car better. And I always think, how did they do that with track bar and wedge? You know, like nobody else can make their car that much better, but they can throw springs, they can change shocks. I mean, they can do whatever they want to do to these cars, and it's impressive to watch them make those changes.
Yeah, Matt Ross's crew was spending a lot of time on the right rear of that 18 car during that pit stop. We saw them take a rubber out of the right rear spring and probably adjusted on the shock too, as long as they were under there.
Jamie, what are you hearing on Tony Breidinger?
The car just stopped. The team thought that it was
Now the car is going again. Well, that was weird.
early on in that practice session as well, that as she was being pushed around the racetrack to bring it to the team, it did come back under power in an effort not to go another lap down. She went ahead and just drove through pit lane. So keep an eye on it for sure, but it seems to be back to running right now.
Tony Breidinger, 16th right now, 2 laps down. Meanwhile, while we document all of these storylines going on behind him, William Sawalich, he's led all 80 laps today so far. And how about this little nugget? He's led 79% of the laps
This season?
races he's won.
Oh.
When he wins big. He dominates, and that's clearly what it's
Let's see if the 28 got enough adjustments.
still right there. Remember, they just made those adjustments. So we'll see if Shane Huffman worked that little magic stick like he's done so many times.
Yeah, looking forward to this restart. You're right here to see if Zilich has anything for Sawalich. Sawalich is going to take the inside once again. That's worked well for him the last 2 or 3 restarts.
Well, Williams' car on that initial restart with brand new tires, 10 laps, he was just on fire. He was, 3-4 tenths faster than our second place car, the 28 of Connor Zilich. Be interesting to see if they close that gap on the short run or if they're more focused on the long run speed, making this car hang on.
So here we go. Second restart of the day.
All right, here we go again. Going green at Milwaukee. Zilich's got a better restart than he's had, but Sawalich still has the better lane. This is a really good restart from the 28. Can he get side by side with the 18? Yes, he does. Oh, like he hasn't even, he's not even been able to stay side by side on down the backstretch at all. Off turn 4, Zilich is barely ahead. Sawalich slips back in front. And he's also listening to like almost slippery coming off a 2 there.
Remember you talked earlier, that's how he lost the lead to Jesse Love last year on a restart. William Sawalich did.
So Sawalch can actually beat Connor Zilic at least every once in a while.
They've made that statement the last 3 years. Wins, and you're going to circle one on the calendar for the Joe Gibbs Racing team. New with people walk.
10 cars on the lead lap here at the Milwaukee Mile. 64 laps to go.
Christian Rose getting Bud Ruggiero. Move him up to the 7th spot. Great race by Christian here today.
Really good speed out of that race car. Christian Rose, probably the tallest driver in the field, a former D1 baseball player.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to get him. William Sawalch continues to lead about a second over Connor Zilic with 63 laps remaining.
Wow, 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 wow.
Driver behind the wheel.
Bum ba dum bum bum ba dum bum bum. Waiting till we go green. All right, we're back. So Sawalch leads. Who could have seen that one coming?
Right around the corner. NFL promos, got college football promos, and we've still got champions to crown. We have plenty more racing action to come the next few months.
There are playoffs just starting for the Truck Series right after this race this afternoon.
Trucks coming at you live from Milwaukee, of course. Wisconsin's own Ty Majeski on the pole. While we were away, Connor Zilic right here to walk out of the group.
No, flirting with disaster.
A near miss for the 28 of Connor Zilic.
He's going to search. I mean, he's not here to run second. Let's be honest, he's only won every race he's run this year.
Michael Waltrip will join us.
Michael Waltrip will take over the warm seat from Trevor Day.
You know, Sawalch had a really good race going here last year in the truck after winning the ARCA race. Finished in the top 10 of both stages, was running in the top 10, right around the top 10, and got spun out late in that race. So looking forward to see what he can do this afternoon in that truck race.
This 18-year-old is so impressive. And what Toyota Racing is doing is actually 17 Cars Village, who's battling at his 18. But
Last month, you turned 18
that's
last
right,
month.
this last month. But William Sawallich, it's a testament to what Toyota and their development program is doing. With all these young kids that we're talking about now, that we're going to be talking about the Truck Series Xfinity.
Wallace Allen getting by Christian Rose, having to claw back to the field after his mechanical woes.
And Toyota has given so many resources. Where to be part of that, if you walk into the Toyota Market Center, you'll see South Gear on the wall, which is a sponsor and family company. And, you know, it's cool to see the camaraderie they're creating, the discipline they're creating, and these drivers are just being surrounded. We talk about all sports, how kids are specializing earlier, and they're not exposed to as many sports. Well, that's the same case that we see right here at motorsports. This is the fruit of that. These 18-year-old, 17-year-old drivers that are out here winning races.
All of Allen, he was able to get by Christian Rose to grab
50 to go.
seventh spot. Obviously, the thing may not be perfect, but still motor are along pretty well.
Yeah, you know, I thought ARCA was going to bleed into Indy, but that it might not be the case at this rate. These cars are definitely like crab walking, like they're skewed because they're kind of diagonaling down the down the straightaways. Just a little off-putting to watch at times.
Dean Thompson and Andres Perez. Andres knows that his teammate is his closest pursuer in the point standings, a couple spots ahead of him. So certainly would like to grab this spot, grab another point. Each position is 1 point. Ooh, Dean Thompson going wide.
This has been the closest battle from the drop of the green flag. These two.
This is for the top five spot. Andres Perez. Ooh, there's a lap car in front, Ryan Roulette, but Perez gets by Dean Thompson for 5th place.
Look in his mirror, possibly overdrive the corner a little bit, slide up, and that's just what we needed for this 2-car of Andres Perez to make his move.
Maybe saw that last car in front of him, just missed his line by a foot or two.
46 laps to go from the Milwaukee Mile. William Sawallich is the man to beat. Can he hang on and get it done?
Hey, Brandon. Hey, Dale, what's going on, man? I'm remodeling it. I'm looking for a new tankless water heater. You know, Menards always has different water heaters in stock. I'm headed that way now.
Funny thing about this commercial is that I don't think this, at least from what I've seen,
I sleep in this thing.
Brandon Jones hasn't had a Richmond water heaters on the car as a part sponsor.
Best tankless options come to Menards for Richmond water heaters. And all your home improvement projects.
Save big money at Menards.
My life is full of questions. Mom.
Why do these races have to be on the same time? Save big money at Menards. Menards. Less than 40 to go at Milwaukee.
Support the Milwaukee Mile. This is such a long, historic racetrack. It started in the 1800s as a horse racetrack. Then it went to auto racing. It's, I think, the longest operating racetrack
It is.
in the world.
Yeah, predates the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
It really does. And the history on this place, if you want to get a little history lesson in racing, auto racing, look up.
No, not really a fan of the anemic
1903, in fact, was the first
turnout.
auto race. And of course, 1911 was the first Indy 500. So it kind of puts it in perspective.
I think it was a 5-lapper in 1903.
Didn't last very long. But it was a race, and all these years later, we're still enjoying the racing action. Look at you. Like an encyclopedia. Oh, Mike Joy. Meanwhile, William Sawalich with a 2.3-second lead over Connor Zilic. LeVar Scott hanging on to the third spot. Chris Wright, Andres Perez is your top 5. 9 cars on the lead lap. This 18 car just lights out. And Trevor and Phil, when we come here, we mentioned the last 3 years that we've been racing here in the ARCA series since 2007. And it's this team. It doesn't matter who the crew chief is. It doesn't matter who's driving the race car. They are just so dominant. How does a team, a young driver like this, come in and dominate like he does with a team that's already established?
Yeah, I mean, when you have a car that you know has been able to win 3 years in a row, no matter who the driver was, when you get another new driver, you say, hey, this is what we take to Milwaukee. This is the package we're going to start with. Now, you might make some small changes in practice to help it become...
Well, it's down up to 6. He passed Dean Thompson.
We see it working. Those spring spindles and all those things, you're going to bring that. You know, on the counter side of that, you think about Kevin Harvick in Atlanta for all those years. If you're Kevin Harvick's crew chief, you say, hey, Kevin, who are the you know, it can go both ways. I think about drivers like Martin Truex and Matt Kenseth, who used to hate short track racing, hate Martinsville, and then they go to Joe Gibbs Racing, and all of a sudden they're winning on short tracks. So you do have teams that have certain tracks figured out, and they just have the winning formula, for lack of a better word.
Here's Wallace Allen going to go on Perez for 5th.
Well, it's fine-tuning it. It's things like that transmission ratio that you mentioned. Oh, we were a little off on restarts. Our car was fast, but we gave up the lead a couple times. It's micro changes to really dial it in for each driver.
Riding on board with Wallace Allen. He's had a day to remember, some moments to forget, but great starting effort, his best ever, started third.
Going after Andres Perez right now, trying to grab the top 5. That's Andres right in front of him.
LeVar Scott, the 6th car, running third right now.
He is on it. His voice is on an SVG celebration. That's the singer on the racetrack.
Oh, I mentioned LeVar Scott. How about a possible Reese's sweet move of the race? Just his day in general, what they've overcome. Had issues in practice. Started from the rear. You see him battling throughout the day. Worked his way through this field. Got up into the top 5.
As you mentioned, issues in practice, even issues in qualifying, started at the back, made his way up into the top 10 fairly quickly, and now running into third spot, doing a great job.
And the brake issues continue. They had to bleed the brakes during that 5-minute break. So visit ARCARacing.com on Monday at 3 Eastern to see who is crowned the Reese's Sweet Move of the race. So we've had some unique ones.
That was a pass for third that we saw that very last clip.
Heather, let's get more on LeVar.
How many cars are going to be in the lead lap when this is all over? Because there's got 2 more cars that are probably going to be lapped soon. And we've still got a 5th of the race to go.
It's called the science of a racer's brain. So really it provides an understanding of the driver's mind at a deeper level. He said, it's not going to make me go faster, but it'll teach me thought processes. So maybe that today has been the key to keeping him calm in dealing with the adversity that he's gone through.
That was a very specific book title. I think I need to figure out your brain, Phil. You think I could read it a little bit?
I don't know. I think I'm going to try to read it just in case.
We'll do it at bedtime story time next
just what goes into being the best at your craft when it comes to being a race car driver. And it's so much more than jumping in the seat and having a fast race car around you.
It used to be that, Jamie, to be honest. I mean, with Phil and I, we're coming up at different times in our eras. You just want to be the fastest guy. And there was some work around execution of racecraft, but mostly that's the guys who had it naturally. There weren't a lot of people watching it. You know, think about the movie Moneyball, how they dissected baseball. That's what we're doing in NASCAR now. There are a few guys, fortunately, I get to do that for Legacy Motor Club, that now get to be analysts and dissect what's happening behind the wheel and try to train those parts of your brain. I talked about Toyota Performance Center earlier. They do that. Chevrolet has a program with Josh Wise.
Wallace Allen got back. Sorry, Andres Perez got back around Wallace Allen. Now they're getting around the left, riding her.
No different than Tiger Woods having a golf coach. No matter how good they get, you need somebody that's watching and dissecting and helping you develop.
Amber Balkin is now out of the race.
And the sports psychology part of it, the physical fitness, the hand-eye coordination that they do in training.
Well, there's two parts of it. It's understanding the information, but then you got to apply it. You got to be able to execute when the pressure's on, and that's the guys that are set apart. You know, we talk about Ty Gibbs, Corey Hahn, some of these championship contending drivers who have come through this series. They're the ones that can go out here and execute. We're seeing that on Williams Sawallich, Connor Zillich is one we've talked about him so much. They can operate and execute at those high levels.
So Wallace Allen got close to the wall, but so did Connor Zillich. He had a little moment.
Ooh, almost hit 20.
He just got a little bit close getting down in turn one.
Really close.
He's
He's a lap down in 9th. I said G. Ruggiero a lap down. Christian Rose a lap down. Like I said, those two cars were going to get lapped.
We know that he was intending to be a top 3 car, so being fifth isn't where he wanted to be with those motor issues that have obviously set that and taken some of the pace out. But we may see him be able to pick off a couple more cars if he's still having those engine problems. Sometimes, like when you're saving fuel at a short track,
Wallace Allen gets back around Andres Perez.
For the ARCA series, we'll be back for the conclusion. See if that young man right there can hang on.
$120,000 laps. How long do you think the season is? Unless you just kind of like try to multiply it by the number of cars in a race, but still.
Every hero's story has a humble beginning. Every legend has earned their stripes. Every superstar has dreams.
Hi, Jenny. Race will probably be done in about 15 minutes or so.
Learn more about NASCAR regional tracks near you at NASCAR.com/region. We're making a big change to Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Stupid commercial.
Layer of caramel. But we're only making a few of them. A few million.
Wait, are you still selling the regular cups?
Yep. New Reese's Caramel Big Cup.
So, why do they make this a weird-ass Reese's commercial?
We can install a new cellar door.
Zillich is my favorite ARCA driver.
Makes your basement safe, comfortable, and up to code while adding value to your home. Connecticut Cellar Doors also provides expert masonry services, custom basement windows, wells and covers, and of course, cellar doors. Call us today and mention this ad and get up to $600 off your new door. Connecticut Cellar Doors. One call, one day, done.
Chevy lets you begin every day fully charged. So you can go farther. And so can your money. Tow with confidence. Plus, stay connected with available OnStar technology. For summer adventures, Chevy's got you. Qualified lessees to lease this Equinox for around $249 a month. Visit your Connecticut Chevy dealer.
Madison and the Braves, Battle Bryce Harper and the Phillies, or William Contreras and the Brewers, take on Ellie De La Cruz and the Reds. It's baseball night in America on Fox.
ARCA Racing on FS1 is brought to you by General Tire. General Tire delivers the freedom to explore. And Reese's. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Reese's, not sorry. And we welcome you back to West Dallas, Wisconsin at the Milwaukee Mile, where William Sawalich continues his domination at 130 laps. Connor Zilic, the only other driver to lead here today,
Led 1 lap.
credited with 2 laps.
Or 2 laps.
He's drawing second.
18 to go.
Chris Wright and Wallace Allen round out the top 5. About the 11 of Zachary Tinkle.
The battle for 13th between Zachary Tinkle and Cody Dennison.
Outside of the top 12, which really was his goal coming into today. So the top 12 finished up be a solid result as they're sitting 4th in the ARCA East points right now with just Bristol remaining. And for him, you know, I heard you talk about earlier the mental game that happens when you to get to the top of your game. But what about a driver like Zachary and being like trying to get to that stage of his career? And one of the things that he does is he has a sports psychologist. His name is Adam Shuck, and you might have heard that name before. He did some work back with Kobe Bryant. What he told Zachary coming into this weekend is that every setback is the opportunity to overcome it. That was something that Kobe always believed in. So that's what Zachary was bringing into the race today, just trying to continue to learn and better himself as a driver. And he's right there knocking on the door where he wants to be. So it's getting close and it's getting exciting for him.
What is that on the...
Greets you with a big smile.
Something on the front of the car. It's like a piece of debris.
Some serious damage and a major piece of debris.
Yeah, it looks like it's poked into there, so hopefully it's not blocking off the air to the radiator on that car. Doing a nice job. That is a battle for position.
Marco. Yeah.
With Cody Dennison, the 10 right behind him.
Zachary Tinkle's from Speedway, Indiana. Home
I've heard of that.
It's where IMS is. The guy, so Tinkle's in 13th. The guy ahead of him is Andrew Patterson in the SCS Gearbox Wind Supply number 95.
He's doing a nice job. He's 12th right in front of Zachary Tinkle.
making his 4th national start of the season. Race car looks good.
It does. Here's 12th at Iron Beach. His best finish coming into this race. He's running right now.
Dean Thompson a lap down. 6 cars on the lead lap. Whoa! Thank you for the super chat. Holy crap. Thank you.
That's how many starts he will eventually have at the end of the year. 14 starts.
Yeah, 6 less starts than what Ty Gibbs did.
Does he love?
Expected there.
Yeah. But you mentioned Ty Gibbs at Corey. I am keeping him honest week in, week out. That was a great battle.
Zilic, I mean, Sawalich has had Zilic.
We talked about it a few times, but it's amazing to watch how much of a springboard this series is. I mean, you look at the names. You talk about Nick Sanchez. You talk about Jesse Love. I mean, he goes out at Daytona. He's on the pole first race in the Xfinity Series. He's already won a race this year. You talk about Ty Gibbs in the Cup Series only 2 years after being an ARCA. He makes his first
10 to go. Next time by.
And then this year he's contending for a playoff spot. So getting experience in these cars and competing at the highest level. I mean, if you're in 3rd or 4th right now, you might be racing against the guy who's going to be a trucker, who's going to be series champion, or even in the Cup Series playoffs in 2 to 3 years.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. You look at the winners already. It's strange. We're racing on a Sunday. Cup has already been done. They're in Daytona. Cup Series last night. You see the winners. Ryan Truex got his win on Friday night. Harrison Burton, congratulations, got his first Cup win. But where did they come up through? The ARCA Menards Series. You see both
Truex ran with Michael Waltrip Racing and won 2 championships. Harrison Burton, not a champion in the lower series. His wins with Art and ARCA, 2 with MDM, and then again with Renarini. Oh, I take that back. Harrison Burton won the ARCA East title with MDM. With wins at Bristol, South Boston, Memphis, Thompson, and Dover. ARCA wins at Toledo, Pocono, and Daytona. Perez.
Point leader, Andres Perez, in the 2 car. Gotta take your time. Don't take any chances there. You don't need any caution flag, Williams Sawalich.
And you definitely don't want to be a part of the caution flag.
8 laps remaining here as the leader, Williams Sawalich.
Battle for 13th. So Perez gets lapped.
Just how fast this 18 car is.
Looked like Dennison just passed Zachary Tinkle for 13th. Or I might be wrong. Oh wait, oh they both passed Andrew Patterson. I thought that was the 99. It was the 95 they caught up to. So Tinkle the 12th, Dennison the 13th. Looks like so Zachary Tinkle did hold on to ahead of Dennison.
That kind of kickstarted, I think, Joe Gibbs' desire to be a part of this series and to develop young drivers.
Remember, Raleigh Hurst was a winner in the Joe Gibbs ARCA car.
See second place right there. Connor Zilic has his hands full with lappers. Got 2.5 seconds back to William Sawalich.
See Zachary Tinkle, the 11th, moved way out of the way. Nice move by that young man.
Such a beautiful day here for racing. Really nice when you're in the air conditioning like us. I know some tongues will be wagging when they climb for these race cars. Across the start-finish line, it'll be 5 laps to go from the Milwaukee Mile.
All right, 5 miles remaining in the race.
Leading power towards Zilic on this race today with the history that we've seen throughout the year. But Williams Sawalich and Matt Ross has just done a phenomenal job executing the entire weekend. You think about practice being the fastest car by 4 tenths, going out qualifying, being 3.5 tenths on the pole, now leading all but 2 laps so far, having the guts to pull a spring rubber out, make
4 to go.
changes on the brake in 75 laps, and now they managed to make their car even better as the race is going on.
And that's the guy right there. That's the architect of this team, Matt Ross. Remember, he's not only won with Williams Sawalich this year, he also won with Tanner Gray in this 18 car in a race that obviously Williams Sawalich wasn't old enough to run.
Well, we mentioned that every time William Sawalich has gone in victory lane, which has been 6 times this year, he's led
3 to go.
79% of the laps, and he's done that again today. Just complete domination.
Well, that shows preparation. They show up to the track, they've been to the simulator, they've got their notes from the past, and then they just come out and do a great job executing like we're seeing today.
No, wait, there's more. You like what you see from William Sawalich? What can he do coming up in the truck race? Coming up right after us, by the way.
Again, he had a great
At 4 o'clock.
great team with Tricon Garage. Would not be surprised at all to see him contend for top 10, if not a top 5.
You know, when I race go-karts,
2 to go.
you might have somebody in a senior class come over and say, can I borrow those tires after you're done racing? I think he might come over to this car.
Wallace Allen is just up ahead.
What a day it has been for William Sawalich. Connor Zilic, they gave it their all. He drove as hard as he could. They made the adjustments at the brake, just not enough.
All right, white flag is out. Last lap at Milwaukee.
And you can see on the left side of the screen, you see he's got almost a 4-second lead over Zilic. But to show the domination of those 2 cars, you see right now third is 29 seconds behind Sawalich.
29 seconds, about a lap behind. Zilic, second, is only 4 seconds behind but it's 4 seconds too much. Here comes the number 18 through turns 3 and 4 for his 7th win of the year, 11th of his career. William Sawalich wins the Sprecher 150. Thanks for the additional super chat or sticker. All right, Zillich second, Carter Zillich second, LeVar Scott third, Chris Wright fourth, Wallace Allen fifth, Andres Perez sixth, Dean Thompson seventh, Christian Rose eighth, Gio Ruggiero in ninth, and Marco Andretti takes 10th. Cody Dennison finishes in 13th. All right, that'll do it for this stream. I'm gonna actually, I know my thing is supposed to be a combo of 4. I'm gonna split it in half because there's actually a decent gap of time between this race and the next one. Let me just update the viewership stats first, though. I got my marks. Alright, so thank you so much for showing up. See you again in just a bit. BowserJrXD signing off. Have a good one.